initiate or you don't lose heroes, and then when you have the cooldown again, you press the button.
Wow.
Oh, nice. I didn't felt like that Tusk. You know, there were a couple of good saves, but I felt like the Dark Willow performance was much better than the Tusk one. Maybe it was influenced by everything else that went wrong that game. But
Trent, oh, sorry.
Go on. No.
Well, in terms of 5s that can maybe deal with the Centaur, the only one, and he's the same guy that goes well with the Centaur. How about Witch Doctor, man? You use the Maledict, the big damage on the tanky guy.
So,
okay, well, probably not going to come into play here, but a great opener for Latam defenders. Your Earth Spirit, your Centaur, in one fell swoop, 2 great big boys to front line for you.
do you Timber here again? 2 strength heroes?
You're tempted, right?
10
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
Or do you go for Mars? Take the Mars Willow
5
combo.
seconds remaining.
I think you Timber. Have some faith. The hero's got to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
does
good
Mars have
against-
options against Centaur? We were talking about
Yes.
things that can counter the ult. I
'Cause
think
you
the
have the
arena
arena.
counts, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that was an old... Even when Centaur was kind of being picked a little bit, that's
like
what
even
ended up
Earth
happening.
Spirit, he's pretty mobile.
Radiant
There's
team battle.
Witch Doctor.
oh, I sniped it,
He's here!
dude. Witch Doctor versus Centaur. I told you.
I told you.
God damn, I told you, Trent.
What, you think I disagreed?
No, but I brought it up
Hey,
first.
try
so
tell
I
me
get
a
the
possession
victory.
5 that's good against
All right.
Centaur. Oh, well, probably Witch Doctor.
You can have my sloppy seconds, buddy. You can ride my bets all day. Yeah, hell yeah.
Like I think that like the problem is
Dire team
we're not really
battle.
thinking this right, because we had an SG versus Noping game where the Centaur got completely trashed. He was level 6, Ursa was level 9. They trashed the lane, but it doesn't matter. I don't feel like like you have to counter his lane. I feel like you need a way
10
to.
seconds
You need an
remaining.
arena. You need some sort of thing that prevents the ult from doing anything. Void is a hero we talked about last
Giant
draft.
sphere that could
Yes.
just hold people in place.
Exactly.
If only.
Okay, there's the Mars ban.
And that paired well with Death Ward.
Dire
Hey Trent,
Ah, and-
what about
Oh.
Vengeful Spirit against Centaur? Now it doesn't cancel
no.
the ult for the whole team,
No.
but for a singleton, you swap them, you stun them. That's like the Centaur ult's duration,
I
right?
think the cast points are so long that like once you stun, the person is like
They
a
actually
thousand range
outrun it.
away
10
from.
seconds.
I played a
yeah.
Venge game today where I
Alright.
tried to stun a Phoenix, and once it dove and the angle I was on was the perfect angle for the stun just to curve around and follow the Phoenix, I was just done playing Venge, I think, for this patch. It was just way too depressing. I was like, how did that not work?
Okay, all right, getting too creative here.
A
I
little
got
too real, all right?
Okay.
Well, and so
Yeah.
one of the other ones for real, we haven't had to bring it up because he's been first banned, but Puck, amazing against Centaur. So I like what Latam defenders have done. We take out the Puck, makes the Centaur a little more safe. Coil's another big one up there with Arena.
By the way, aren't they just gonna pick Bloodseeker for Latam again? They didn't.
I
actually
would think
take it
so.
out?
I mean, they just banned the Jug again, too, which is
Yeah.
one of the better heroes versus
Dire team
Bloodseeker.
pick.
That's true. Unless Curveball.
they must have a counter. There's
the
no way they're
curveball?
just gonna give Bloodseeker and pick Lifestealer again. That
I
doesn't
think
seem
Latam
right.
defenders are going to pick it.
Yes, that's what I mean. I think they just take it right now. That's
Yes,
what we're saying.
yeah.
Oh,
Like, I
okay.
think that's a big oversight from Omega, unless
Yeah,
they
I
have
thought you
this
meant
huge
because they're
counter.
banning it. I thought you were talking about Omega's perspective with the ban. Yeah,
No.
I agree. This is huge for Latam. That's great.
Yeah.
Especially against Witch Doctor,
Radiant
too.
team pick.
His ult is borderline useless.
Man, this is such a good Timber game. Oh,
They're going to feel
my
that a little bit.
God, I just want Timber so badly here.
Yeah, you're right.
This is a nice
Stacking
looking
up.
draft, though. Outside of that Timber being there, you look at this, and they've
10
now gotten a
seconds
Phoenix with
remaining.
both supports showing, so they don't have to worry about the snap.
Yeah.
The Beastmaster's been looking a little
5
sus,
seconds
so they're not even sure if Omega will go back to that.
That's
A
a
lot
really
of
good point,
mobility.
actually, Trent. If you open with both your supports and don't ban Phoenix, you might have made a mistake.
What if this Dark Willow is card though? Mid Dark Willow
Gets an eggs. I mean, then that thing is just bye-bye egg.
Oh man, I mean they don't even have Snapfire versus Phoenix.
Queen of pain.
This got banned
All right,
last
they
draft,
want to
didn't
give
it?
Jay Marie a really good game. It's
Yeah.
like just pick this.
Is this one of his heroes?
Yeah, it's just like a very high skill mid hero, right? You just
Sure.
give cop to anyone else. There's very few matchups you're gonna lose. Puck is banned,
10
so
seconds remaining.
I think it kind of trashes Visage until the level 6.
Well, Visage is banned, so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, true. Oh, yeah, true.
Welcome to the draft, Bowie. Thanks for joining us.
Radiant team pick.
And it's the Bloodseeker.
Whoa,
Hey!
what? This is crazy.
Yeah, I think Omega might have made some mistakes here, guys. This is starting to look like a bit of an outdraft.
Remember what
I mean,
we
you
always
can
say.
counter the rupture, like you can walk a little bit and blink, and
Yeah,
you don't
there
take the
you go.
rupture damage. But
There, yeah,
even
she's
still,
got options.
And what do we
They're
always
so
say,
tanky.
guys? Come on.
2 forms of silence as well.
If
5
we see it
seconds
coming,
remaining.
then they saw it coming. They know.
Yes.
It's
They know.
okay.
They
They're going to pick
All right.
their
All right.
anti-mage.
It's all
And
going
he'll
to come into
blink.
focus here.
All right. So what are the other broken meta
I like
heroes?
Ursa
I don't think
here.
you can tiny because there's a Phoenix.
I mean, I would have.
Oh, that's good. That's pretty gross.
Easy good though, because you can just
I don't
temp it
know.
out of the Venomancer out.
Yeah, you just.
Yeah, but once the void comes out, then it's lots of damage.
They need something
really
like the Void
wanna see
because they
Void
have.
here.
They
have
actually
no
need Chrono,
stuns,
guys.
dude. You've got Witch Doctor's cask bouncing
5
around,
seconds
and you've
remaining.
got Bramble Maze. Whoa!
Dude, I don't know. I don't like Void here. I can picture a perfect Chronosphere. Quap ult actually takes everyone out of the Chronosphere because that's possible.
And then the blood
they-
rights underneath it, and then they're egging outside of the Chrono. It's a total
Yeah.
disaster. Yeah, no, it doesn't actually look very good.
I don't
they
know what
need
carry they can
something
go
like
for.
that, though. Yeah, I mean, you just pick another one-dimensional carry. Like, who's got? I
Alright.
would have liked Wraith
10
King, honestly.
I
I, do
guess you
think
have to
he's got
PL
options.
here. Do you PL?
FPL's
2
pretty
heroes
good.
are getting banned, also.
Oh,
So there's the Ursa out.
They knew when
Okay.
they picked Venom that Ursa's going to be gone. 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what they were? No, because then they could have just double picked it. Yeah, I don't know what they were going for.
Very interesting draft here.
I do agree that PL could be okay.
Dire team
Um,
back. Radiant team pick.
Yeah, PL obviously.
and they banned PL. Okay.
There's only one choice.
So it's like we've got Void, we've got some YOLO anti-mage, we've got Medusa.
You can CK or you can. I mean,
Maybe it's Spectre's time to shine here, boys.
Oh, I don't
know.
mind Spectre. I don't mind
10
Spectre.
seconds
I think
remaining.
that has to be the only pick.
Terrorblade.
Terrorblade.
Dire team
Also still there with the Dusa.
All right, there we
Oh,
go. That's good.
back to CK. All right. That's a
I
stun.
don't know
Much
about
needed there.
this. I don't know about this.
Well,
It's just
CK
gonna get
Witch Doctor.
kited.
That's a classic. Decent lane there.
Yes.
Still really light on actual
10
team fight
seconds
control.
remaining.
And they
if
have
they
pretty much
had
reserve time
Centaur-
they had, too. They were very confident in
5
this pick.
seconds remaining.
Yeah. The Centaur is what screws it up. I agree, Bowie, that he really counteracts Veto and the Quap slows pretty damn well. Even just to disengage from CK as well. Like, he pops his stuff. If you can save your Stampede just to run away from the Phantasm, like, CK is not very mobile. He's like a bog type hero. Him and Veto are going to set up this line, and that's where they're going to fight.
Can they Ember?
I was gonna say this might be a game he has to buy Blink in this Chaos Knight to actually get kills.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna be walking up to Phoenix, Earth Spirit. Like literally every hero there either has a Blink or has an escape. I don't think they can lock down anyone.
Lesh is gone also.
Yeah, I think Ember just looks kind of decent, honestly.
Lena.
All right, Lena, fair. They'll
The
go
other
straight for
fire.
the lane matchup.
Usually scary versus CK, but they have so much disengage that I don't think Nana is gonna care too much. This is rough. I think Latam has the better draft again.
I am kind of inclined to agree, and I don't hate CK overall. I do think he's still a little sensitive, right? You got to be really careful about your item build. Do you go greedy with like a Midas? Do you just go for that early armlet and try to fight? Got to be careful not to go like Midas, armlet, Sange, and then be stuck with all these dinky low ticket items.
Yeah. They're just filled with slows. They've got like 2 stuns. All right, well, and the fear, if you count that, I guess. And then you've got like Centaur, you have the roll, you have the dive, you've got Bloodseeker, and you've got Lena. Everyone's got movement speed or movement abilities on the side of Latam defenders, and Omega have just like Queen blinking.
Yeah.
All right, I think I know how they're gonna win this game with CK. All right, we forgot about the shard.
Shard's good.
Okay.
300 extra cast range on your Chaos Bow, and
Yeah,
they
Shard's
made
good.
it better. They made the cast point better. So
Okay.
I guess you go Blink, you go Shard, and maybe you can kill some heroes, and then they can snowball. I think J. Marie
All right.
will not have to like jungle the whole game this time, which is good. We'll see.
I think Jim Murray is just going to get Yulesed and die in like 3 fights straight, and then they'll take Roche and just win. I feel like this just looks pretty good.
That's closer to the reality that I'm picturing. But our panel, not flawless here. We've had some wrong predictions before.
Awesome.
So maybe Omega can handle what we're interpreting as a tough draft here. I'd love to see CK win. I really want this hero to shine. It's been a while since he's taken some of the limelight. So I do want to see it. Just going to be tough. Gary, right. Game 3. Curious what you guys are thinking over there. Do you concur with the panel about this potential outdraft here?
I mean, they've got Centaur and Bloodseeker. Like, it's a straight up outdraft, right, Theban? They've got the 2 heroes that have won the previous 2 games.
Yeah, they do. I mean, these 2 heroes, like we were just talking about it at the end of game 2, how these 2 heroes, like their impact, even though they had some counters against them, they've been able to perform very well. And one thing I want to mention on Omega's draft, they don't have tanky heroes that can just keep on running in for these supports, like the Witch Doctor and the Dark Willow. They picked the Venomancer. Now, Venom could be tanky, but it doesn't run in, right? And I feel like the trend in these games have been like these core heroes that can constantly just go in, open vision, create some kind of chaos so that your supports, most of the time, the high damage dealers can just chill in the back, cast their spells freely.
Hey, you need someone to start that fire. I mean, looking at this, yeah, a lot of squishy heroes on that Omega side. As we do have a pause, if you're wondering, just waiting to get ourselves into the game proper here for the 3rd match of the series. And there's a bit of lobby chat going on. I'm not sure what the context is, but Moonlight's telling Jeremy to go to McDonald's. So I don't know if he wants
go McDonald's.
I don't know if he wants feeding or if there's a little meme going on there.
I have no idea. You know, every region has their own trends, Gary. Every region has its own trends of like how to trash talk, how to get into someone's mind, what they do. Yeah. Like in Southeast Asia, for example, you got like different countries, right? Like Malaysia, Philippines, Indonesia. So everyone knows like the bad words from every respective country, and they would always use those at the start of the game to like try to just, create a lighter atmosphere. And those guys don't get offended, to be honest. They actually, when they do that, they're not like trying to trash talk you. They're just trying to like, just have some fun.
Like honestly, if you ask your average Dota player, like how many languages they speak, they probably say, I speak 2-3 languages, but I can swear and flame and insult people in about 30 different languages because you've got to know them. Now you've got to know your Russian, your Arabic, Indonesian, Malaysian, whatever it is. You've got to know a couple of little needle words there to stab your opponents with every once.
It's how you communicate with your fellow Dota 2 players. Yeah, now that I'm back in NA, I realize that some of the North American players, try to communicate with the South Americans, they often say tranquilo. It means relax, calm. They always say that all the time, and I'm like, maybe I should learn from them, because those are the guys that stay high MMR, and the ones who like try to flame back, like myself. I'm not getting where I want to be. So I gotta learn the meta, how to keep your teammates calm. That's how you win games, guys. You don't want to, add fire to fire like me.
I don't know, but it feels like from watching sort of higher level pub streams from pros and stuff like that, like at my level, muting people seems all right. I can get away with just muting everyone if they're starting to get a bit aggro or they're, they woke up on the wrong side of the bed, it's fine. But do you think that in your pubs, muting people is, reasonable or acceptable, or do you have 100%. To try and... Yeah,
especially if they're just making a bunch of noise and they're not even speaking the same languages, you just mute them. It's just noise in your head. You gotta. Dota's a game where I'm being like for real here. Like I'm not joking around. Like even at a high level, it's all about concentration, right? Anyone who's ruining your concentration or taking you away from the game is gonna cause you to play worse. So in that situation, muting that noise, like just or even tuning it out is for your benefit and for your team's benefit as well. So you gotta like make sure in some of the teams, oftentimes after games, if you feel like some player was maybe, let's say, a little too excited, or they were too hyped right before the game end, you may talk to them. You might be like, hey, just chill out, keep the celebration for after the game. During the game, let's just focus on the game, because there's a lot of things that can happen in Dota.
Especially with all the adrenaline pumping and everything like that.
Yep.
I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Maybe we can have an update from our admins, but it looks like Omega team and actually Latam Defenders having a few players having a few issues staying in the lobby.
You know what, Gary? It's South American Dota. There's not a game without a pause. But there's been a warning already, though. 5 minutes. They got 5 minutes at most. I feel like that's quite generous. I really do. Back in our day, we didn't even have pauses. You just had to play through the whole game. Back in Dota 1, if
keep on going.
Exactly. In Dota 1, it's like you got someone disconnected. Whoopie-doo. Better micro that guy. That's your only option. You ain't pausing. That's for sure.
Especially back when there used to be like host bots and stuff like that, and like loading and saving was a very delicate procedure. It was more like surgery than anything else, like trying to actually get into a game again.
There used to be times when you would play like from NA to even Southeast Asia with like high ping, and you would have all these random services and bots to like reduce your ping, and then you would be saving the game every 2 minutes. Legit every 2 minutes. Like you kill someone, you like pause the game, you save the game. So in case like someone disconnects or like internet happens, or someone gets kicked out of the game, you could load back into the game, which Dota 2 still doesn't have that feature, which is actually baffling to me.
We had it for a while. Like we had it, what was it, like 2014
TI1,
to 16?
TI2-ish time?
Even after that.
I think it was before Source 2. It was before Source 2.
It was before Source 2 for sure. But when I joined JD, we had it for a couple of years. That was like 2015 to 2016. Maybe it ended at like 2017. Because we definitely had it then. Because that was during the big DDoS times when we used to have a lot of problems with Skype leaking IPs and stuff like that.
Exactly. Back in the Skype days. Thank God for people moving to TeamSpeak, Discord,
Mumble, Ventrilo.
Oh, Ventrilo, man, that was before Skype, right? I think Skype came after Ventrilo. Like people used to, back in Dota 1 days, that was the number one thing that people used was Ventrilo.
Join Vent?
VT. Yep, Join Vent is very fun. There's a lot of nostalgia in Dota. I feel like a lot of the people why they love playing Dota and watching Dota is because of like the nostalgia that they get. I feel like this is one of the games where a lot of people are like older individuals than younger individuals, like League of Legends.
An aging community. Vent is even immortalized in the Base Hunter song, right? Like you're definitely right. It goes back a long time. The Visita Hari Venta. Spila little Dota.
Oh man, you're hitting all the nostalgia buttons with me, buddy.
Yeah. Goes back. Well, I'm going to start talking about IRC and stuff like that, in-houses and Farm for Fame and stuff like that in a second. But no, we've got a game. Everyone's back in the lobby. Game 3 here, going to be kicking off as we continue our SA DPC coverage. Now, we've had a bit of a deviation away from what's happening. What are your thoughts on these two drafts? Let's recap a little bit.
I think on Omega side, you got some pretty good stuns, decent team fight. The problem for me that I mentioned earlier is that they don't really have this frontline assault, like just be able to jump in, open vision for your supports to have an easier time playing. Where on the Latin defender side, you got the Centaur, you got the Bloodseeker, the Earth Spear, who can just constantly go in, silence, disable, let the Lina and the Phoenix be able to play their own game. And Omega don't have a way to deal with the egg in this game. They don't have that Snapfire. They don't have a carry that does a bunch of fast attacks to be able to remove the egg. So the later this game goes, I do feel like it favors Latin defenders even more because of that.
That's a good point. They really have nobody. Queen of Pain doesn't really be blinking onto an egg to try and take it down. It is a massive problem, yeah.
Yeah, the way I see Omega's draft is they need to dominate the early laning stage. They need to dominate the early laning stage. They need to keep on assaulting Latin defenders. They got to keep them down. They got to get this Queen of Pain rolling. She's going to have to be the real position 1 in this game because she's going to need a lot of items to be able to stay alive against all these disables and the rupture that's going to be going on.
just did that. Yes.
And we don't need a quiet performance. We need a real strong, solid performance from that Queen of Pain. Get that 11-1 and 14 going.
J1, he's the one who's going to be able to do that. He's a very high-ranking MMR player. He's playing Queen of Pain. There's a lot of outplay potential in this game as well. That being said, though, he's going to need to bring his A game because he's up against Alina, and this is an extremely hard matchup for Quap, though.
Yeah, getting outranged, right-clicked, like already, just looking at that mid lane, the first thing Lina does is just right-click the Queen of Pain over and over again. Secure the range creep with White Strike as well.
Scream of Pain level 1 against the Lina. You can't really skill up Shadow Strike. Every time you walk in to try and Shadow Strike, the Lina has the time to use Light Strike Array and hit you back 2 to 3 times. So you'll always be out-traded in those situations. You just want to play for the XP and the gold in the early levels, and then try to just make plays on the other lanes.
Looking into some of those other lanes. Down bottom, Witch Doctor's trying to contend with the Earth Spirit, wave dragging. But it's a good little rollout by Moonlight, so he keeps the wave on him. And Thugger. He's actually now sandwiched in between Centaur and Earth Spirit. It's a level 1 Centaur with Stomp. Not going to be a kill attempt.
Oh, they're going to go for this.
Damage, or maybe it is a kill attempt. I'll take it back. The cast bounces in between them. Witch Doctor survives through it. It's a scary moment, though, for them.
They just need the Centaur to get to level 2. Once you got that double edge, then you can be having the kill potential, right? It's a 4-second cooldown. You can just cast it first, then stun, and then the Earth Spirit stuns, and then you're going to have another double edge up. It's a lot of damage. Top lane, Cuckahook. A lot of pressure on him right now.
Do they go for the deny? He's popped his Fairy Fire and his stick, dodging away from the Shadow Realm. He looks good, you're right. ZXC unable to finish the job. And they do have a salve as well. Yeah, Phoenix hands it over. Meanwhile,
Talk
bottom,
about how they need to win lanes. They're doing exactly that.
Duns and Maledict. It's just level 1 Maledict. Centaur's absolutely fine. That's a massive
They need that
wave
level 2
coming in.
Maledict first before they can actually kill this Centaur.
All top, Angel, Fairy Fire, barely survived. Yet again, towing that line between life and death in that top lane.
He's going to need a lot of
panicked
healing
now.
cells in this top lane.
I'm flicking my camera from bot to top, back up to top. Lissax, the Blood Right, the dive, and the Fiery Spirit's going. He throws the Gale and good Bramble.
Oh, he got hit
survives.
with the Bramble.
It looks like
Another
he's
hit.
all right, and he
Cuckahook.
turns.
He's a snail.
Angel, Cuckahook, they're both dropping
Angel's
so low.
so dead, right?
Angel, he's absolutely dead. He gets some more Fiery Spirits out, but First Blood going to come the way of the Shadow Realming Dark Willow to secure it. And Lissax might even go here for Cuckahook. Has a Gale in a second. He's got 1 stick charge. That should push him over. Cuckahook into the trees.
So much damage.
He can't get away from this, surely. Oh, he slipped through the trees. He's out.
Oh, this Phoenix needed to die though, because he had to bring back Regen for Cuckahook. He's been struggling. He's only got 6 last hits as a carry hero. Feels really bad. It looks like Omega have found the lane matchup to not let the Bloodseeker farm. But Phoenix really is not helping this lane though in any way.
Not doing too much, and they're rotating Moonlight's Earth Spirit up there as well, trying to alleviate some of that threat. Dire scanning. Make sure that he has the easy avenue up to top. How do they start? It just has to be a roll to start it off, and then a kick back. Lands it inside that Blood Right, trapping the Venom.
Very nice.
Oh, nice. Nice move by Moonlight.
Bottom though. Valkyrie. Okay, he's good. He's good. Alright, so rotation from the Earth Spirit means the Centaur is going to be all by himself bottom. He is laning into double stuns plus Maledict. I don't really expect Centaur to get a lot out of this, but it's a lot more important to shut down this Venomancer, I think, in the early stages and give a decent game to your Bloodseeker.
Well, Jamari gets his bounty rune stolen, but it looks like he's blinked correctly off to the right
Rip
side.
Valkyrie.
Oh, Valkyrie, down you go.
Try to go behind the creep wave, and Chaos Knight just walked in there. He doesn't get the kill though on the CK. Witch Doctor did get that kill. Gonna feel a little bit sad about that. Cuckahook.
And dropping pretty low, but they do get on top of the Veno again. Walking through the brambles, but Angel is there. His Fiery Spirits, definitely annoying. That Veno and the Dark Willow. Another roll back in.
Silence.
Catches
Dark
and
Willow.
silences thanks to the Blood Right. Fairy Fire and Angel. Oh, barely surviving. ZXC turns. He gets
Whoa,
the kill on the Phoenix.
No.
Bloodseeker will trade back, but yeah, Angel handing his life over as a freebie.
He definitely had no business walking there. I think he maybe thought he had 2 hits before he would die, but
Maybe.
yeah, that was absolute freebie. Dark Willow will take that. He should have just died for free. But great plays though so far from Moonlight, Gary.
Oh, absolutely.
On Desert Spirit.
Yeah, it's
Love the
definitely
rotations.
needed. We could do with a little gank into this mid lane. They've already shut down the Quap a decent amount. Lina with, what, 10 CS advantage. Doing very well with the runes, thanks to the Earth Spirit, of course. And now they are lining it up. Roll in, catching out perfectly with a Light Strike array and everything they have. Take down Jamari.
Very big.
That's
The
not
Queen
what
of Pain
Omega
is
want from the
exactly-
Queen of Pain.
Exactly, and Latin defenders, that's who they want to be shutting down too. The Veno and the Quap, and they're doing exactly that. You know the CK, like he's going to get farm, he's a really strong carry hero, but you have ways to deal with him later on. Centaur stun, Phoenix Sunray, you know, Lina's got plenty of AoE damage, Earth Spirit, ulti, like all these things are going to have very good value against the Chaos Knight. The Quap and the Veno, those are the tempo controls. Oh no, Quap, she
Oh.
blinked in!
But Cook's the one that dies. Lissex takes it down. Raindrops are there for Jimari. Trying to chase her even up to the high ground, but turns with a Sonic Wave and a Scream. Clears through the Phoenix, now facing off against Na with a Cask and a Maledict. They've got the damage it takes to bring down the Lina. Double kill for Lissex and for Jimari. What on earth just happened?
They got a little too overconfident on the Phoenix there, I think. He did not expect the Queen of Pain to just drop the Sonic Wave like that with the DD, just blowing her up. And the Lina did not have Laguna Blade up. So, that Raindrop doing a lot of work, tanking up the Quap, get 2 kills. Top lane, they also get 2 kills on the Veno.
There you go. They had 3 heroes mid, right? Earth Spirit kind of moved back, wanted to save Cookhook and TP top. So that means they didn't have him for the Lina. Losing out on 2 fights at the same time as ZXC chased down by the Bloodseeker. The tri-lane from Omega being broken apart a little bit as they do have a number of heroes top. Oh, that's so nice for the Chaos Knight. Like you were saying earlier, he's been given free reign of the bot lane. 51 CS. As they roll back in top, aggression continues onto the Veno. And Cookhook just put his name to another kill.
Yeah, they've gone back to their previous game plan here of just shutting the Veno down first. The Queen of Pain, you know, they got a nice kill with the Laguna, but without the Laguna being up, maybe it's not the smartest decision for them to just go after her. Oh, double smoke. Ooh.
Under vision.
That's a miss. Yep. They popped both of the smokes, the 2 supports. That's going to feel bad. They're not going to have any smokes left for a long time now for Omega.
Phoenix putting himself in position to try and scout it out. Earth Spirit
Arun.
doing the same thing. Yeah, Invis up top. Smoke broken on the Willow. And Phoenix sees it all coming perfectly. Pinging out this Lina. Na has... He's got to know something's awry, playing that right-hand side of the lane, but still getting jumped upon. The counter-initiation with a roll of Laguna Blade, focusing onto the Queen of Pain and burning with a Sunray, diving forward, lots of damage with a Centaur Stomp. They'll get a bonus kill, even through the Fairy Fire, the Witch Doctor will drop. And Lina survives.
Oh man, I think the Quap Sonic Wave was just about to be up. If she was able to drop down the Lina while the Maledict was on her, that's a dead Lina. But perfect counter initiation from Latin defenders, just baiting that Quap out. I mean, baiting the Lina out with the Phoenix and the Earth Spirit. Centaur Stampede, getting the Lina out of there too.
Yeah, it all
Great
comes down
plays.
to that vision. Sees the smoke
It's
coming.
all because of the ward up here, right? With the smoke.
Yeah.
They noticing the smoke, and that's why they were able to wait for it.
Oh, they get the Phoenix. He tried to dive away. That is
Use
a
the Sonic Wave though. Yeah, on a +5 kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
What's the plan for Queen of Pain when you use a Sonic Wave like that? It's 2 minutes where you, I don't know, you don't
Farm.
feel useless, but you kind of relegated just to farming jungle.
Yeah, I mean this hero is like kind of like a carry, right? You gotta get a lot of items to have consistent impact in the game. She's actually making her way towards top right now to play with the Venomancer. This is also fine, you know, just use your body as a way to just get the tower, you know, show numbers. Latin defenders, they'll think twice before defending.
And I do scout out Phoenix and Earth Spirit. Good roll still, but the Shadow Realm means can't be kicked back. Bloodseeker's there, and they trap
Still
ZXC
alive on
in
Willow.
place, but the Queen of Pain blinks forward aggressively, caught up in the Light Strike array. Laguna Blade, Queen of
she's
Pain
dead.
did not want to be there. Down goes the Earth Spirit, and a 1-for-2 trade, but Jamari, yet again, just over-eager.
Really was over eager there. I mean, you don't have the Sonic Wave. You can show your body, but you can't be the one going into the engagement like that. Especially with your Dark Willow already getting initiated on, pretty much guaranteed dead already.
Dire's structures.
Venomancer also doesn't have a Poison Nova skilled up yet, Gary. So a lot of his damage is still missing.
Yeah, maxing out these wards. It's done a lot of damage to this tier 1 for sure. And he's bunkering down in that top lane and creating that little pocket for himself just to keep pushing.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much I like this Plague Ward build anymore. They just don't seem to do that much damage. They're really tanky, quite annoying.
Yeah.
Maybe help you take the tower, but not a
Maybe
lot of
jump.
damage output.
Down at bottom. They TP a couple of heroes here and they throw everything onto the Centaur. Yeah, I had that lag as well. Yes, I agree. When the CK used his ultimate, there was a little bit of lag.
A little bit. I think like that was what, 3 seconds? My screen just froze.
I saw Centaur go from like 100 to 80%. Then I lagged for
Yep.
2 seconds and then he was dead. He just disappeared. Top lane, diving onto the Veno, but he TP's out. No stuns, no hope of killing. Oh, 10 to 10 with a slight lead for the Mega Gaming side.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Pretty even, but CK still is that monstrous hero with top net worth, 6,000, Midas treads, very tanky, and difficult to contend with as they do dive yet again onto the Willow, blow her up with the Laguna. What's the stun situation? Non-existent yet again, so can't catch the TPing hero and have to resort just to picking off support. Another roll forward, Witch Doctor getting closed off under his tier 1. A Sunray and hand it over to Cuckoo, give it to the Bloodseeker. Thank you very much.
Yep, Earth Spirit actually going for the Boulder Smash level up instead of the Rolling Boulder. I think that might have been the reason why the CK was able to escape there. Because if that's a max out Rolling Boulder, there's no way Chaos Knight survives.
Oh, just from the cooldown of it, yeah? Just keep rolling.
Yep,
A little bit
had
of
to spend
calm.
it for the Dark Willow kill.
Is under attack.
Rune, Invis
What is
for
it?
Lina? Nope. Earth Spirit gets it.
That belongs to Moonlight.
Radiant's
Bottle
bottom
refill.
tower has fallen.
Or not. Something weird went on there. Jamari. Just gonna sit
The
in
Queen
that
of
mid
Pain
lane.
was angling towards it, so you just have to pick it up. Couldn't really wait for the Lina. Lina's got Yule's complete, going for a Boots of Travels next.
Radiant's bottom
I
tower
sort
is
of
under
like her
attack.
to buy the BKB instead. That's the Chris Luck build, where he just goes Brown Boots, Yule's into BKB, so you're able to fight all the time. There's a lot of annoying stuns or magical damage coming out from Omega.
Oh, Moonlight's Courier kind of gives away his positioning, but they supernova for this. Onto Lissax. Good Dragon Slave
nice.
to blow him up. Supernova used for a kill on the Veno as they all
And a
gather
Stampede.
up for a mid lane push.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
2 ults spent there, but I would say still worth it for that Veno kill.
Yeah, as long as they don't lose anything here, because that Centaur getting obliterated by the CK, get to stomp out with his last dying breath. Bloodseeker, though, in a little bit of bother. Jumped on by the Queen of Pain,
Alright, thanks
trying to TP home. And what's the stun situation? Sonic Wave, but no disables. As the roll, catching out that Dark Willow. Moonlight wanted back in, but now looking to retreat as the Chaos Knight rifts him into the waiting arms of the rest of his squad. And it feels like every time CK casts a spell, I get a massive frame drop.
Yep. Definitely something wrong with that. Latin defenders, I think they just had to chill out after getting the kill onto the Venomancer. They did use 2 very big spells. They wanted to take this mid tower, but Omega, you know, they had all their ultis available on the other 4 heroes. That's why they were able to jump onto that Centaur. They do get away with the Bloodseeker, so they at least had that going for them. They're going to have to realize it's still early game. You still need your items first. Small kills are fine. But finish your items before you try to get any 5v5s going.
And especially looking towards this Queen of Pain for that Orchid. As Na comes into the jungle with a haste rune and that Yule Scepter. Light Strike Array and the roll is there. Laguna Blade to finish the job, and the
Huge kill.
TP's cancelled. Good pick off in the jungle, and it also allows them to move towards an objective, whether it's tier 2 bot or tier 1 mid.
That is a high XP kill, especially for the Earth Spirit. He's level 9 now. Got that max out rolling boulder. Centaur finishes Blink Dagger. Courier just delivered it to him. So they have another form of initiation
Radiant's
on the side of
bottom
Latam
tower
defenders.
is under attack.
Bloodseeker eyeing at the mid tower. Uh-oh, Valkyrie? Okay, blinks out.
Good blink.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Still has a
attack.
Stampede too, so he's got that available if they need to retreat from the mid lane. And they get the tower, claim it, and the Radiant can't really mount a defense or start a fight. Getting back into the jungle though as the blink stomp from Centaur starts on the Willow. They are soft committing for this, tentatively moving back and forth, but it's in onto Lissex. The Venomancer being focused. Earth Spirit maledicted as the Veno drops. Supernova's in a great position. They can't focus it down. Oh, they turn. They kill it off. The egg gets blown up and both dire supports removed. Can they catch any more though?
Let's get out there. So they trade 2 supports for a support and an offlaner. I think Latin defenders are going to be okay with that, especially since they took the fight on the bottom side of the map. That's not going to allow Omega to really lead these kills into any objectives. It's going to have to go back to farming again. Queen of Pain does look like she has finished her Orchid now, so they have some smoke potential on the side of Omega.
Oh, Valkyrie.
Whoa, what?
Just died to CK illusions?
Wait, what? How?
Did the observer see? Could we have a replay of that? Because I genuinely didn't see it. I was watching the
I
Queen of
didn't see
Pain
it
hit
either.
creeps. On my minimap, I'm like, there's 5 Radiant heroes there. There's dire heroes over here. No one's at threat of dying. Okie dokie. They are gathering mid. Moonlight and Nana nearby. And Mingate, he's going to get a good amount of damage onto Phoenix before Angel can dive away.
No crits.
Barely creates the space between them.
Down are scanned.
And he will TP
Radiant's
out.
top tower is under attack.
Top lane is still ready to be taken down. That tier 1 looks like a pretty simple one as the entire Radiant team shows bottom lane. Die with a couple of options, either face and meet them as they yules up the Queen of Pain mid lane, Light Strike Array, but no roll just yet. Earth Spirit too far away, but still dead.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Got the silence. And this will allow them to also defend bottom if Omega decide to keep going, because they know that there could only be 4 heroes there
Radiant's top
for them
tower has
pushing.
fallen.
Wait, hold on.
Radiant's
Dark Willow?
are fortified.
Wait, what you doing there, buddy?
Dying. Comes in to try and defend top lane, starting a team fight.
Yikes.
Radiant's middle
Not a
tower
position
That is
you want
not
to
what
be
you
in.
want to be doing while your Queen of Pain is dead. Like, you don't want to be defending a tower 4 versus 5.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, it was
Double
odd.
Philosopher Stones dropping for both teams here.
Witch Doctor. He sees them all. Radiant with the high ground vision, and it doesn't look like Dire have any sentries to get rid of it. Queen of Pain's even going to TP onto the tier 2 as Mingate breaches the staircase.
Dire's
I won't
bottom
find anything
tower
for
is
it.
under attack.
Back to farming we go for the Latam defenders.
So, have you noticed, Gary, in this game that Latin defenders have been the ones making the first play every single time? Because they got the heroes for it, right? They got the Yules, they got the Earth Spirit, they got the Centaur, Blink Dagger. Where on the side of Omega, they can't help but only react to things that Latin defender are doing.
God, I love money.
Is that a position that you enjoy being in, or is it something you want to
No.
break out of?
That is
Is it
the
possible
worst
here for them?
possible thing that could happen when you're playing Dota 2, where you're only able to react to plays and you can't make any plays on your own. And that comes down to draft here, right? They have a Queen of Pain and a Venomancer. Neither of these heroes lead ganks, and your carry hero is a Chaos Knight, and your carry needs to be farming, right? He needs to be showing on lanes and such to push them out. So every time the Chaos Knight shows, Latin defenders know on the other side of the map, there could literally be no kill potential whatsoever.
Yeah, because usually when you have that kind of situation, it's a bit of give and take. Like Medusa as an example, right? Early game, you kind of let your opponents do what they want first 15 minutes, and then okay, now it's our turn to dictate how this game is going. And what's the change Omega needs to make as they all group up in that bottom jungle? They are very, very tight together, and this is just an open map for the Dire team. TP top with the Boots of Travel on Lena. Gather up
I
that
think
resource.
the way Omega are playing with their heroes, like let's say you don't have ways to initiate, that, like you said, the Dusa would be a hero where she's like a time bomb, right? She's gonna farm. If you don't run into her and deal with her, she's gonna carry the game. And that's the kind of lineup Omega have. If Latin defenders come in and fight and then you react to that, it's okay. But Latin defenders are like choosing when to fight because they don't feel the pressure of the Chaos Knight farming.
But should
Typically
they?
not a hero that you feel like, oh, he's gonna out carry all of us in the late game. You feel good as Latin defender, just pushing the lanes out, choosing the perfect fights, understanding that the Chaos Knight shows, you just avoid him and you just kill everybody else on the other side, or you just out farm.
Ignore the tanky CK. Also, the fact that Queen of Pain, 4, 5, and 3, Jamari hasn't really popped off, sitting fourth in net worth, barely ahead of the Venomancer, in fact. BKB could be a turning point for the co-op, but it's another game where Orchid being an investment into aggression hasn't paid off because they haven't had the ability to be aggressive. Plunking down a bunch of Plague Wards mid, Lissek's just going to sit there, hold out, force the Latin defenders at least to just keep shoving waves with Alina.
She's got a BKB down too, so she has not been punished for going to Boots of Travels first.
Oh, and TPing on bottom.
Nah.
They wanted to try and set up with a Centaur. They've got
Anti-catch.
Stampede. Who are they going to find? Dark Willow? Witch Doctor? Yeah, get on top of him. Get that roll forward and chain stun Thugger, but no reveal just now. Going to try and keep the Magnetize going. Well, that'll be what they use to pick him off. And then the Radiant have to scatter to the wind.
Is under attack. Dire are scared.
And they can choose whatever they want here. They can push the lane a little bit, force this catapult to hit the tier 3. Maybe get another hero from Omega to come down here, then switch the map to top side. Their decision is actually to just smoke up across the map, try to catch someone, because they know someone has to defend bottom anyway. You can outnumber them. No. Use! No! It doesn't get it!
Oh, not enough.
Oh,
The
this is
stun,
BKB.
Half HP. The fear comes through, but the supernova there and the heal from the Sunray. Nana is fine. BKB from Cocohook chasing the CK and Mingate about to fall. The heart does nothing for you. As Latam defenders shred through the Chaos Knight. Hot knife through butter.
Gary, that was a Chaos Knight illusions with the heart, and they just evaporated. Right, they dropped everything, Earth Spirit, Boulder Smash, Blood Right, Centaur Stun, Double Edge, and the illusion just died instantly.
Yeah, my jaw's on my desk right now, just like how quickly the CK and his illusions dissipated. So bloody quickly. But that comes back to your point about making that first step, right? Because they, as Latin defenders, they move bot, they get a kill, then they have options, they have the choices of where to go, whereas Omega, they pretty much have to go and play top part of the map, don't they?
They have 0 initiation on the side of Omega. Like, just the basic summary of this entire game. They don't know how to initiate. As in, like, I don't mean by they don't know how to initiate, as in, like, there's a way and they don't know. They just can't. They just don't have the tools to initiate in this game.
Like, it has to be CK, and that's your POS 1, who is your tanky hero, who's your initiator, and he's your carry, all bundled into one hero. And that jump,
Too much.
the blink stomp, Centaur finds the catch on the Willow, all around the Roche Pit as they try now to turn the face onto the CK, bursting through him with the Sunray and Laguna Blade. The DD Rune Lina shredding through these Omega heroes, and they'll go in for more. Zapping, Maelstrom, Bloodseeker wants the Venomancer, Moonlight does die to Thugger, but a 5-man wipe is incoming now. Queen of Pain all the way on the other side of the map, not involved. They nearly had that second little kill on the Willow.
Structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And
into Roshan we go.
Pit. Yep, and you saw the CK illusion just die again.
I didn't.
Fear.
I didn't see them.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did. They're just gone. Man.
And we've gone from like a dead even game to what, 5k net worth lead, Aegis in the hands of the defenders. Bloodseeker plus Centaur, new meta. And Lina with Blood Rage is also pretty nasty too.
Is she now? Yeah, it's pretty solid. Nice bell amp, 30% plus what is it? Half the attack speed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 90 attack speed as well to Alina, not bad.
I was wondering if she goes into that damage build, like right click, Dark Willow top. Again, feeling the wrath of this Valky Centaur. Cockahawk even going to rupture the Willow. Couple of taps to the back of the head, and a godlike streak continues. Queen of Pain going to
There
blink
was
into
the-
mid. Sonic Wave, Scream, everything onto Moonlight, but he
Oh, no.
already just TP'd home.
Oh no, it feels so bad, Gary. It feels so bad. He took like 20% of his HP in damage.
Radiant's
At least it was an arcane rune, I guess. I mean,
Oh no.
yeah, I don't know.
You know, I'm just watching this. Here we go. Venomancer is initiated with the Gale.
Oh yeah.
He's done it.
Put down a Plague Wall, jump in from the quad, BKB popped in with the Pulse Nova, the blink is there, onto Cockahawk, first life about to be claimed. Aegis is down, sure, but no one can touch the Supernova, so in the back with the Laguna Blade, they are getting on top of the Veno. Trying to chase Lina down, but a self-fuels and a roll back in from Moonlight will secure yet another kill for Cockahawk's Bloodseeker.
Yeah, they get the kill onto the Venomancer, and they're out of there with the Lina. She just had to yield the vessel. Veno back to 0 charges on his vessel. He worked really hard for those charges, by the way. They have not been able to kill heroes in this game.
Yeah, let's have a look, actually. I mean, it felt like it was like 16-16 a few minutes ago, and now a decent 10-kill lead for Latam defenders. When was the last time the Radiant killed a hero? It was the kill on Centaur. The last time the Radiant killed a hero was when Centaur died to the CK Illusion's bottom. Mm-hmm. An accidental death.
That vessel charge was very precious, Gary. That's what I'll tell
So
you.
precious.
He's held that charge for a very long time. He's like, yes, I'm finally gonna kill this Lina. Just yields and gets out. Oh.
And now what?
Yeah. It's not even like Omega's playing bad, right? Their draft is just bad. Mm-hmm. You know,
It's
In Dota,
definitely a head-scratching moment. Like, what can we do? What do we do? Our options are just so limited.
they just don't have the options. You know, you got this like last week Chaos Knight who's not even a super hardcore carry in this game. He's not gonna out carry. It's not like some kind of Arc Warden or something where you have a problem if you let him farm, or a Medusa where you have a huge problem if you let him farm.
And it's not as though, ooh, hang on, Queen of Pain has got aggressive on
It's
Lina,
not-
forcing the self-fuels. There's the BKB from Jamari, blinks away, gets back to safety, but with a Stampede and reinitiation in onto the
Bag in
CK,
one.
help him out with the Glimmer Cape, but the blood right there as Cockahawk slays ZXC. Angel traded back as the Witch Doctor brought to his knees by the Bloodseeker. BKB's galore here as Lina chases forward, but the Queen of Pain blinks back up, and the Sonic Wave as Mingate does get a double kill. Illusions and that CK going to work, but it's a full HP Bloodseeker who doesn't give a damn about these Radiant heroes. He's just sprinting through them all, unkillable, untouchable, 14, 1 and 3.
The
Oh, he's
CK
got
Illusion's
Paladin
actually-
Sword now.
Yeah, it's gonna help him heal quite a bit. You know how they died? The double kill? It was all illusions. You know, they forgot about the illusions. They forgot to kill them. They just ignored them. They started chasing the Venomancer and the Queen of Pain, and then the illusions in the backline just killed off the Queen of Pain, the Phoenix, and the Centaur on its own.
Whoa. Bloodseeker did 7,721 damage. But like, you look at that fight recap, and it was a win for Omega Gaming.
Yeah.
Golden experience going their way. Even in a 3 for
quite a
3.
bit. It's mainly because of how far behind they are. So the Chaos Knight now has a BKB, fresh BKB. Gonna be able to make his way towards a Scotty next. And the saddest part about that fight, I think, Gary, is Venomancer still has 0 vessel charges.
Oh no. Don't say that.
Gotta mention
Mingate
it.
on the run. Lissek still ruptured. Lina, another self-fuels, and BKB turns with the Laguna Blade into Jamari. Death Ward cancelled. As Moonlight reinitiates onto Thugger, there's some big illusions going in onto Cockahawk from the CK and forcing the retreat of the Latam defenders now, but they jump back in. Centaur wants to reinitiate, and with the Supernova, they've forced a decent fight. The fear from the ulti terrorizing back the defenders does reset the battle here, but that's CK's first BKB used. And they lose the Willow without really trading out.
Yep, 2-0. And plus, they get the Witch Doctor buyback. So, small wins, which could be very big wins if the Witch Doctor were to die again.
He's just going to sit and defend that tier 2. Still at least 2 minutes for Roshan, so the defenders, they want to get a stranglehold on this portion of the map. So much vision from them as well. All the way through that mid lane, just planting observer walls everywhere.
I must say though, Gary, if they were to have like another hero apart from Veno or Dark Willow, someone who can actually fight like a Mars, maybe a Centaur for their own side, this CK could be doing a lot. I can see how fast he can farm. He's very behind. I mean, his team is very behind, so their map is limited. But he farms extremely quickly with the Midas leading up into the level 15 talent, the Cleave talent, where you pretty much have a free Battle Fury.
Yeah. It's pretty handy.
I can totally see a world where CK is going to be, you know, a common pick as a carry. But you got to have the right drafts for it.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, because you can end up just buying a bunch of stat items and not worry about farming tools. But I think you're right, the panel's probably going to start talking about peel again, aren't they, when we get to the end of this game. How could they set up these team fights, you know, peel away, get the CK onto a target. Bit of team fight ulti to catch and zone people.
That's not how peel works, Gary.
Get people off the CK so we can, you know, get on top of the Lina.
Normally, okay, this is how I imagine peel, right? The origin of peel. It's like you have a Jaw Ranger or a Sniper, right? And all the heroes are tunnel visioning for that guy. Because that's a very important hero to kill. So you got to get those heroes off your Sniper, off your Jaw, so they can kite and they can, you know, turn around and just kill everybody. So
I mean,
CK, in this sense, it kind of works. But CK is supposed to be the big, badass, tanky guy that nobody wants to fight.
It's not felt like that this game, though, has it? When he's getting jumped on by a Centaur and blown up.
Yeah. It's mainly because nobody else on the side of Omega is, like, really having any impact in these engagements. So, peel is kind of like the enemy are... I think I mentioned this yesterday, like leeches. You know, they're trying to suck the blood of your carry, and you're just trying to remove them.
Peel them off.
Peel them off. Peel off the leeches.
In come the leeches. Latam defenders. They find the Venomancer. Long roll not connecting. Decent terrorize catching Bloodseeker, but they've destroyed the Witch Doctor as the Phantasm from CK. Focusing na. BKB half
the
HP
Phoenix.
sprints away. They can't catch the Lina. Jumping for the Queen of Pain, dodging the Light Strike Array with a Sonic Wave. The Yule Scepter into the air. Phoenix focusing with the help of the Blood Right. They'll catch Jamari. Dominating Lina, and then we go with the Bedlam onto Moonlight. Willow and Veno retreating back behind their tower.
So they do get a kill, though, onto the Earth Spirit, and that does give them Vessel charges. The Bloodseeker, like, his BKB is down to 6 seconds now, so they have potential to kill people, Gary. If the Bloodseeker ever uses his BKB too early in a fight, they can maybe pull him in with the Reality Rift, get a stun, get a Vessel on top of the Bloodseeker. He's gonna die. I can totally see a world where now Omega, like, with their heroes, they're starting to buy items to make up for their lack of, you know, tankability or being able to just go into an engagement. It's starting to become more of like a normal lineup.
Evening itself out. How much gold do you think Bloodseeker's going to give when he does die? Because he's beyond godlike. Yeah.
It's a lot of gold for sure. A lot of XP.
How much do you reckon? What? Come on.
1,050.
You're going to go to 1,000.
Yeah, it's actually going to be more gold for the team for the assist gold. They buffed that, right? In the recent patch, it's like 10% more or something, which is a lot.
Rather than the actual who claims a scalp, who gets the actual kill. Just everybody surround the Bloodseeker. Everyone get in there with that assist gold. Oh, Mingate shows in the mid lane, the spam ping's immediate. As a Invis Phoenix and the rest of the defenders kind of just waiting for Roshan to spawn at this point.
I'm also a little bit worried about Lina's item build here, Gary. Like she's got a Scythe now and a Crystallis, but normally I see Lina's buy Shivas like after going for the BKB, so they're tanky, and it would have been an amazing choice against Chaos Knight, right? You can just pop the Shivas, you're gonna be tanky, you won't die under duration of Chaos. Oh, pop.
Good terrorize.
Okay.
There's the save. I'll focus the Willow instead. Yeah, Queen of Pain blinks away. Some good initiation from the defenders, but it looks like Jamari, and with BKB still at the hand, should be able to escape from this. Oh, do they?
This could be a decent fight for Mengate.
Jump Cock-a-Hook.
BKB easily
popped. Blood Right's there. Take down his illusions. But in comes the Poison Nova from the Veno. Focused down by Nana. With the Crystal, it's just destroying him with the egg. Can they kill it off? They can. CK gets the job done. Angel down as they turn onto the Lina. Mengate still battling, dropping low, but he's so tanky with a Sonic Wave. It's huge for Jimari. They just need to push more damage. Moonlight, they kill off the CK. Jamari down to Cock-a-Hook, and the fight spread too wide.
Oh man, Cock-a-Hook became so low in health. All they needed was one Chaos Sprout from the CK to go to the Bloodseeker instead of the Lina. They would have been able to have a much better fight there. Oh, so rough. It was so close yet so far for Omega. It's gonna Lycia and go back to the Roshan pit. Maybe try to do that with the Centaur. Lina has healed back up to full. Very, very close engagement there, Gary. That could have been
Super
really bad
close.
for a lot of defenders.
I was watching that CK sitting at like 20% HP, just hitting people over and over again. Yeah, after the Sonic Wave, the fight kind of split 2 or 3 different ways. And you're right, the focus there from Omega just lacking a little bit. And
So now they got the Aegis and the cheese, and the game just looks so much harder. So if we said that was like a, what, 70% chance for Latin defenders to win, like engagements before that, Roshan, now it's looking like 90, I would say. Still
Pretty
hope
much.
though. 10% is still pretty good hope.
on what planet?
Well, I mean, you know, people have gambled for worse odds.
Okay. Sure.
I'm sure like
That's
you know.
okay. You are right. You did give me like 10-1 odds last season on something, and I and I took
you
it.
did
So,
yeah.
so I should shut up. Oh, Valky's not going to find the Willow this time. Gets back off to the tree line, but TP's on cooldown for ZXC, and I think Centaur's now scouted her out. Shadow Realm to try and get away from Bloodright, but the roll in. Should be able to claim this Dark Willow. There's lots of brambles going around, but Cock-a-Hook continues with 17, 1, and 8.
They gotta delay this game. They gotta get this Aegis out of the way. They got about 3.5 minutes, but I don't think Latin defenders are gonna fall for that trick. They're ready to push.
It's time to end.
Speaking of 10% earlier, I'm pretty sure OG won TI8 at much worse odds, Gary.
Well,
They come back in games. Yeah.
from beginning to end.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think there was like a
Like-
game where Dota Plus gave them like a 2%er.
Oh, really?
Rax is down.
God
or
damn, the
something. Yeah,
blink
some
jump.
Crazy stuff.
Lisex just chain stunned. They've got Glimmer. Can they save him? The dust there, and they've got the reveal. Sees the Veno through the invis. Buyback available as the Shadow Striking Queen of Pain tries to keep the defenders at bay.
They did use the pipe there, so if Veno does buy back and maybe get a Poison Nova off, it could do potentially a lot of damage. 30
on
more
the
seconds for the Veno.
Being a little tentative with how they approach the high ground. Lina, for now, with that Aegis, going to be the one that actually shows and hits the buildings. There's a lot of
Yeah.
brambles again in 08.
Dark Willow got that Aghanim Shard. Makes the curse
Jump,
count go faster.
2-hand stomp. That's perfect. Valky catches the 2 cores, and they're blowing up the CK.
Oh, no,
Everything they've got
Mengate.
chucked in onto Mengate with no buyback. He's dead for over a minute. And Barracks, they're just going to crumble.
They can't go for mid-racks though after this, because the tier 2 tower is still up. They would have to go all the way around for the bottom racks, or go for the tier 2. Got 80 seconds left on CK. Look at his team just tipping, because they got the Queen of Pain and the CK in
Yeah, perfect
Stun.
stomp, yeah.
Yep.
Spot on stuff from Valkyrie.
Middle tower has fallen.
And they clear. Oh, look, he's gone again!
Another one.
He's doing it blind. How's he doing this? He's straight on the Queen of Pain.
Damn.
The Supernova in behind the barracks now, and the silence onto Jimari. They're trying to focus the egg down. They should be able to bring it down finally as Queen of Pain buys back. The trade out, though, is disastrous for the Radiant team. Moonlight gonna BKB and roll out again, and Cookhook on a triple kill. Runs himself out of the Radiant base. They don't get another lane of barracks, but the expenditure from Omega, it's massive. Buybacks galore, and if this Queen of Pain gets caught again with a two-man
nice
stomp,
stun
Valkyrie
again.
is just shutting it down. This man has cleared through Omega Gaming with stomp after stomp. He is maledicted
though,
and dropping
Valkyrie.
pretty low. He's going to tick to it. Jimari, though, there's a Spirit Vessel on her. Queen of Pain back into the fountain.
TK's up
And
soon.
they're trying to kill these buildings, but Queen of Pain TPing aggressively
BKB.
forward, trying to claim the Aegis. BKB Sonic Wave. There
Oh,
it goes
she died,
with that
though. That's what I
final
meant.
hit. Long range projectile from Lena. Queen of Pain dead for 2 minutes now. Cask and the Maledict,
CK,
but
here we
CK
go.
respawning. Cask bounce back in onto the Lena. No, with a Light Striker Raid. No
BKB?
BKB by the CK. Another roll in by Moonlight. Laguna Plate did nothing to the Chaos Knight. He gets off his BKB. And they move forward with the Phantasm as the Lena is on 300 HP. Escaping? No, not a possibility. Minkarte, I can't see what's happening. There's lag. Okay, Bloodseeker's out. He's TP'd home.
Oh, they managed to hold the mid-racks, Gary. The Queen of Pain, she sacrificed herself to delay the push, to keep the Lina still there, buying enough time for the Chaos Knight to revive, TP in, get the kill on her. That looked a little scary though, Gary. I will say, the CK not clicking his BKB right away. I'm starting to get a bit triggered with some of these South American games and cores not clicking their BKBs.
Dire's middle tower
Like if that Lina
Watson.
lived there, Queen of Pain's play would have been all wasted.
All for nothing, yeah. CK's got an illusionist cape now. Even more illusions for him.
Seek is a big boy.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So almost got that AC. Can sell his minus for it.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
No spider legs on the side of Omega for him to be able to just sell his power treads and pick up the AC instead. Same for Cuckahook. He's pretty much 6 slotted without a spider legs as well.
Did the CK have the Minotaur Horn in that last fight as well?
No, I don't think so. Did he?
I was trying to figure
he had
it out.
the illusion, yeah.
Okay.
He just
So it
swapped it.
looked-
Okay. He had it. He said he had it.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, it looked like he had the different spell immunity on him when he kicked it off. And I was just wondering, why not cast that when he did TP in onto the Lena? But
Just anything, to be honest. I mean, it's already a 6-second BKB. After that, you're not going to be needing it for a while because you're going to be pushing lanes out.
What?
But it's all good. It's all good in the hood, Just reset. Everyone's back alive. We're going to see another 5v5 very soon, Gary.
we sure are. And Phoenix is farming jungle right now. Aghanim Scepter. About 400 gold away. He's already got his shard and a quickening charm. Is that mainly for the hits, or are you expecting this Phoenix to be wanting to actually save someone with a supernova?
I think a little bit of both. You saw in the last engagement, he just went in. He almost got the supernova off, even though 3 heroes, it was a Witch Doctor, Dark Willow, and Venomancer all hitting the egg. So that's going to be easier to get the egg up, but definitely the save against the Chaos Knights, BKB, Phantasm, Reality Rift combo. It's going to be real good. If you see the CK going with the BKB, you just save the target that he stuns, and then the CK feels awful after that. Once BKB is done, he can't do anything.
Yeah, especially if it's after Poison Over and Sonic Wave have been spent too. These big ultis.
Yeah.
You save
Honestly,
someone, take him out.
CK might need a refresher this game. He's going to need a second Phantasm and a second BKB to be able to take these engagements. That might even just be one of the core items that you might want on Chaos Knight. I think the change to Black King Bar, where it's now 6 seconds, makes buying refresher even better. So you have 12 seconds of magic immunity.
It was Chris Luck Underlord, right? We were talking about that with the
he had it.
Yeah, was basically to refresh the BKB. Like the Firestorm was nice, Pit didn't really work. Refresh that BKB. When you look at the Lena, she is buying one. You know, obviously, Lena with the array of spells she's got and the Scythe of Ice with BKB makes a lot of sense to go refresher.
She'll probably get the Aghanims off the next Roshan as well. So she'll have that pure damage Laguna Blade. It's going to be nice. Honestly, Lena should just buy the Ag Shard. Because then it becomes like an AoE Laguna. And it's going to be amazing against the Chaos Knight Illusions.
Yeah, just blow them all up with one spell.
Yeah, if you have the Aghanims and the Ag Shard, then you got like pure damage that gets amplified because the Phantasm Illusions take 325% more damage from everything. Should be pretty cool.
Yeah, sure would. I do like that that Laguna Blade shard, like the way it moves across the floor.
It does. It's ground targetable. Also, you can target a hero.
I could even.
I didn't realize shard
can you
cast
kill
range.
Shadow?
Also 250 in the last patch. That's nice. What are you gonna ask? Sorry.
Does that mean you can kill the Dark Willow through Shadow Realm with it as well? I didn't even think about that.
You should be able to, since it's ground targetable.
Yeah.
Nice. That's something for our panel to let us know. You know, you got Bowie, Trent. They always check in during the
Demo
game.
mode?
Demo moding it up. Yeah.
What?
I wonder if our timer from earlier, Gary, is still in effect
absolutely.
right now. Because
yeah,
they did pause the game at the start, right?
Yeah, the admins have got a couple of chess clocks. They know exactly what's going on.
Chess clocks, exactly.
With the pause times. I do like Moonlight spamming out these chat wheels. The what? Perfect timing. Thank you.
Perfect. You know,
listening.
now that you make me think about it, like if you do get a Minotaur Horn and you buy a refresher with your BKB, you're BKB'd for a long time. A magic immune for a long time. You can get 16 seconds, right?
How long is Minotaur Horn? Is it, 3 seconds?
2 seconds.
2 seconds?
2 seconds of magic immunity, then you get the BKB, then you refresh, you get another Minotaur Horn and BKB.
I'm not going to lie, I have never thought about refreshing a neutral item before. Like that thought has actually not crossed my mind. That could be pretty cool.
But that's dope. That's actually dope. I'm imagining like in future games and as the patch continues to develop, people might be working the idea of having BKB and refresher on more heroes and cores.
Oh, it's definitely theory crafting time.
Yeah. Especially on a hero like Chaos Knight who has long cooldown on his ulti, very important in the fights. Like I can just see 5,450 health on CK. Those illusions are also a little bit tanky. Your first volley of enemy spells is going to kill everything, but if you have another set of illusions, it's going to make things really hard. I mean, this, I guess, makes Refresher Shard even better, too. If you can get that on the third Roshan. Because then now you don't have to buy Refresher. You can just get it for free.
And then just straight up win a team fight.
Yeah.
Back underway we go. Valky smoked up. The rest of his squad not smoked, though.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Migate just picked up a shard now. So he's got a shard. He's got the Illusionist Cape. That's like 2 free illusions that are going to be created.
Tons of them. Yes. Out in that mid lane, Lena had to focus it down for a fair amount, but the Queen of Pain jumped upon, rolled, stunned, disabled forever, dead for 100. Jamari completely out of position. Now the CK had to BKB, pops the Phantasm, glimmered up, moves in on towards that Bloodseeker, but the Supernova with the Sunrays in there behind them. Thugger with the Death Ward going, but the heals in onto them means Migate's NXC, Lissex all dead. Well played, says no. As Coco finally loses his streak to the Venomancer Poison, but Omega Gaming don't have any heroes and they don't have any buybacks, so good game's called, and the series goes to the Latam defenders.
Dreamlight says nah. Alright. Well, Latin defenders, Omega might have the higher MMR, but Latin defenders were the better team. right? That's what Dota is all about. Who has the more cohesion, who plays better together. And their draft was also much better. Like Omega, they struggled in this game. They didn't have any hero who can initiate fights for them at all. Their only initiator was a Chaos Knight, and he's a carry. And the carry needs to be farming. He needs to be scaling in the game. If he's constantly running at your enemy and fighting, then he's not going to be able to carry the game anymore. So, huge problem for Omega. Latin defenders, I think they did very well. They found the recipe. They stole Omega Centaur Bloodseeker, and they won 2 games in a row.
That's pretty much it. I mean, that's going to be my throw to the panel. Boys, Centaur, Bloodseeker, heroes, new meta. It's looking pretty good, isn't it?
The new meta has arrived, Gary. Yes, indeed. Latam defenders do it in 43 minutes.